Hi, I am Anela and I will be describing the background informations. Have you ever questioned what it would be like if your own body started to fight against itself? For some people, this is a reality. Our client, Miss Liu, has an undefined autoimmune disorder that prevents her from completing normal daily tasks. Some of Miss Liu's symptoms include swelling, burning pains in her joints, and a limited range of movements. Even worse when her degree of pain is unpredictable at times. Every day, she has to deal with different degrees of symptoms, which can make commitments such as writing tests or exams become difficult. Besides having daily symptoms, Miss Liu has to go to the hospital every month to get medical injection treatments to help cope with her symptoms. After those treatments, she cannot participate in any activities for many days as she requires a recovery period. Besides having a limited range of movement, these symptoms also create a barrier to her work and hobbies because of the healing process. Despite all these barriers, there is no accommodations at home to help Miss Liu with her healing and working schedule. Based on the circumstance that she faces, a solution that allows her to be more independent and reduce the stress she experienced from frequent medical absence and recovery is paramount. This is why Team 2 proposed our new app, Catch Me Up.
Hi, this is Mathusha speaking. Our proposed solution is an app that helps keep Miss Lou stay up to date with her schoolwork as she misses a lot of school time due to her medical condition. Catch Me Up takes into account the amount of work she has to do, the deadline of assignments, the priority of each task, and generates a realistic schedule for Miss Lou to follow, which will allow her to stay on task with her schoolwork while receiving treatments and taking care of her body. Catch Me Up reduces the amount of user inputs. Instead of physically typing in the tasks and such, Miss Lou is able to click on the given options, reducing her joint pain. The end goal is for the app to collect enough data that it starts suggesting the tasks based on previous schedules. This app also takes into consideration Miss Lou's mood and creates an appropriate schedule based upon it. This app will also keep track of Miss Lou's productivity and how she's been feeling each week. This data is able to be relayed back to medical professionals to monitor how Miss Lou is doing quantitatively and qualitatively. The reason why this design was chosen is due to Miss Lou's unique condition, as she's not able to predict how she will be feeling the very next day. As a university student, this type of condition creates a lot of stress. This app will reduce her academic stress as it creates a well-constructed schedule that she would be able to follow. Since Miss Lou is registered for SAS accommodations, this app will also let Miss Lou know when to seek out extensions as it weighs out the priorities and deadlines of tasks. Ultimately, this app does the work Miss Lou would need to figure out how she will stay on task with school. As you can imagine, creating schedules and following them is very important in university as everything was so fast-paced. Having an app that can prioritize and create schedules based on how one is feeling and adjust accordingly will benefit Miss Lou. Miss Lou will be able to stay up to date with school and reduce the amount of stress levels academically as the app will find ways to create a schedule.
Hi, this is now Matt speaking. During our design process, our team employed focused prototypes to convey our design. This was more practical for our group as the final goal of our design was an app, which is not realistic to create in 6 weeks. We made 2 types of focused prototypes, one for the app's software and one for the app's user interface. For the software-focused prototype, our team initially created pseudocode to evaluate the code structure and the functions we would have to create. We quickly learned that our code would have to employ object-oriented programming, as it would require the creation of multiple tasks and time blocks that the user would input into the app. Our pseudocode also showed us that it would be difficult to create an app like the one proposed by Mathusha. It would involve creating software that would be able to predict user input, among other things. Our pseudocode was eventually translated to Python code, which gave our group proof of concept. The idea was practical. However, we only iterated on this until March 16th due to COVID-19. Our software-focused prototypes showed us that we were unsure about how to implement Python software into something that looks like an app with a user interface. Henceforth, we used PowerPoint, then an online program called Figma, to convey how the user would interact with an app. Figma allowed us to demonstrate our app's accessible user interface, which is important for Miss Liu, who suffers from joint pain. Throughout our project, we continued iterating on our Figma by attempting to optimize the user experience by reducing user input.
Hi there, this is Alex. Our design underwent a few revisions throughout the design process that were essential in order to achieve our goals. One very important revision was that the software had to be very personalized to the user to be effective. In order to properly cater to the needs of a user, the app has to know the user, and so we added specific elements to the app that allowed for this, such as a user profile with personalized settings and an adaptive memory that allowed for recognition of patterns in a person's schedule. Expanding on this latter point, another revision to the design was the addition of adaptation within the app scheduling. It could learn to predict a person's schedule based on past events and also take in user input about changing circumstances like well-being or task priority and adapt accordingly. Furthermore, during the design process, our team constantly worked to make the app very simple, since Miss Liu struggles with fine motor control and might have difficulty with an app that requires dexterity to use properly. These revisions worked together to make the app as user-friendly as possible, which was a very emphasized component during our design review. This adaptable learning feature of the code is not something we had implemented in our prototype code already, as it significantly complicates the program, but it would be present in a final design. The final design of this program would be a bona fide app available to everyone and downloadable from app stores. It would look similar to the Figma UI shown earlier and shown again here, and allows users to create accounts that log, prescribe, and predict their schedules and to-do lists. In summary, our team has proposed the Catch Me Up app to help Miss Liu by reducing her stress and scheduling her daily activities for her. It is an adaptable, user-friendly calendar software with a wide variety of potential users, from busy parents to students and everyone in between.